Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer Miller of Theodora's Pearls down here at the Longmont Yarn Shop, and I'm super excited to tell you about a new yarn that we have available for you. Some really special yarn honoring really special women in Colorado, both in history and ones that are working currently, and all in hand-painted yarn in wool, cashmere, and silk. This skein is in honor of Gudy Gaskill, who was an outdoors woman, a mountain climber, a mountaineer, and an environmental activist. And she was the leader and conceiver of the Colorado Trail, which is a currently active and very wonderful facility we have here in Colorado, which is a trail for hiking and mountain biking going all the way from Denver to Durango. And it was built by volunteers, which Gudy coordinated and recruited in the summers in the 70s and 80s. So these colors, in honoring Gudy, I wanted to pick up the bright green of the mountain valleys, the high meadows, the blue of the sky, and this white of the snow peaks. I'm super excited. This is one of my very favorites. This one is in homage to Isabella Bird, who was a 19th century British woman, traveler, and adventurer, and she traveled throughout the Rocky Mountains on horseback. And she also writes a lot about being in Longmont, and she rented a horse here and rode up to Estes Park, where she lived for a while. And then she had a guide who took her up to the top of Long's Peak, which she climbed up in a dress. Yes, really. Her very famous book, which many of you may have seen, which is called A Lady's Adventures in the Rocky Mountains. And she traveled all over the world and had a big impact on everything that she did. So the color references that I picked up for this skein are how she writes so beautifully about the colors changing in the mountains from both peaks and valleys. And here we have the blue of the sky, the maroon of a deep canyon in sunset time, and also the gray of the granite outcrops of the mountain peaks. This one is really wonderful and one of my favorites in terms of just the colors of the yarn. This is in honor of Hattie McDaniel, who was the first Black woman to win an Academy Award back in the 40s, and she won her Academy Award for her part in Gone with the Wind. And so for this one, I decided to pick up the black and white of the segregated society that she lived in, and also the gold of the Academy Award statuette. And the hotel where the awards were being presented did not allow Blacks at all, but they allowed her, because she was nominated, they allowed her to come and sit at a table way over on the side. And the things that she lived through. Anyway, she was from Denver and from Fort Collins. I really wanted to include a contemporary needleworker and someone who's brought the heritage of our field more and more into prominence. And here, this one is for Ava Coleman, who passed only a couple of years ago. And she was an amazing researcher and knitter. And she was also given the honor called Treasure of the State of Colorado. And she brought some of almost extinct needleworking techniques from Eastern Europe back into prominence and taught them all around the world. Super wonderful, very knowledgeable knitting teacher, and she designed a lot of heritage baby clothes and christening dresses and so forth. So that's why I picked up the pink and white in these. This one is for Baca, who is a leader in our community, and she appeared on the stage at the Day of the Dead celebration here in Longmont just last Saturday. And Polly was the first Hispanic woman to be elected both to the Colorado House and the Colorado Senate. She was very involved in agricultural issues and also in banking issues, and she was born in Greeley. So this is the colors that I picked up for her are the green of finance issues and the gold of finance, and also the green for agriculture. So there you have a great, beautiful homage to our wonderful leader, Polly Baca. I'm super excited to show you my take on Temple Grandin. Temple Grandin is a professor of animal behavior in Fort Collins, and she's very well known for her theories and her practices of animal processing that are used all around the world. And she's also an autistic adult, and she has She has a PhD and she's done tremendous things in her life, and she's also written a lot about the autistic brain, and she's involved in autism activism. She has a new book called Visual Thinkers, which is about how many autistic people think in pictures rather than in words. So this one is the black and brown of the cows that she works with a lot, and also the rainbow colors of autism activism. This one in 3 greens is an homage to the women workers of the Kuner Empson vegetable cannery located right here in Longmont. As we know, Longmont was an agricultural center, and many of the produce from the fields were brought into central Longmont and preserved in the cannery, which is still existing right on 3rd Street. So there's 3 greens here, and the workers in the cannery there process peas, beans, pumpkins, carrots, and all kinds of vegetables for being available in the winter months. Another very important icon in Longmont itself is Chiyo Kanemoto, a Japanese-American agricultural leader and community leader. And this one is, Chiyo was very active in the community in developing parks, and she also funded the development and building of the Buddhist temple here in Longmont. And these are the colors of the Buddhist temple, with the turquoise aqua, dark brown, and the cream white to white. The color which is right down in Kanemoto Park, near Prospect Park. Also excited to let you know that a percentage of the proceeds from each sale will go to Women's Work, a women's financial stability organization located right here in Longmont.